So this movie apparently has more than one, but honestly don't plan on watching it because even though this movie was fine, it's not exactly the type of series that I would watch because it is a little bit edgy, and edgy can be good. There are some edgier things I watch, but did not really care for this. A lot of slurs, a lot of unnecessary shit. The characters that are the biggest assholes, you would think they would get the worst deaths, but their deaths are pretty tame, especially compared to other ones that happen in the movie. People getting their heads smashed, arms ripped off, um, all kinds of very brutal shit. A literal child gets killed in this movie by getting his head ran over. But for all the bad people, one gets thrown out of a car. That's it. He doesn't like skid across the pavement and get a super fucked up face. He just gets thrown out of a car. One girl gets her ass put on hot stones. That's it. They don't show anything else. And another girl gets killed off screen with scissors. And the other one dies in a car crash with the car blowing up, which explosion kills are cool usually. But you hate these characters so much, you want to see them suffer. Not just boom, explosion, that's it. It's pretty lame. Um, so the movie is there's this kid that gets bullied by these people who are really, really evil. At first, you think they're probably just the typical bullies, but they start calling him slurs. Um, not too long later, they go and kill a child. It's crazy. They talk about this point system they have about running people over, and they use the N word, the C word, you name it, they use it. They're just really, really terrible people. I mean, there's a funny joke in that scene, and that's the fact that once they're done killing people, they're upset that their friend doesn't want to keep going with them. And he's like, well, I gotta wake up early tomorrow for church. But I think that was it. A lot of the kills were pretty cool, but like I said, the characters you hate the most, in my opinion, don't get good enough deaths. I didn't even realize the dude that got thrown out of the car was dead because a lot of these characters took way worse beatings than that. But yeah, he gets embarrassed because this girl flirts with him. She tells him that she'll have sex with him if he wears a tutu, and it ends up being a prank, and they have him kiss a goat, which honestly isn't that bad compared to some of the other stuff they did. And he ends up running away. A horde of people chase after him, laughing at him for some reason. I guess this town is pretty shitty. Um, so, he fucking falls out a window into the toxic waste. And they talk about how he's over exaggerating and he should be able to take a prank. Fucking crazy. I thought it was pretty dumb that later in the movie that he kills this old woman and they immediately know it was him. With the stuff that happens in this town all the time, it could have been somebody else. Because even when he's around, some people have died. We see that at least in one scene. During the robbery scene, a guy stands up and, tries to defend the people in the restaurant, and he gets shot with the shotgun and dies. And the toxic avenger later shows up and saves the rest of the civilians. So it could have been someone that got killed before the toxic avenger showed up, but, they immediately assume it's him. He's gone rogue. He killed an innocent person. But, it's kind of a plot twist, but not really, since we find out not too long later that old lady is actually a bad person. She's a slave owner. But the cops cover it up. And then, he ends up killing one of the cops or whatever. I didn't really care for this movie. The kills were pretty cool. I don't think it's a bad movie. It's just not something I'm into.